When working with a snare drum, the possible approaches vary based on whether we aim for a more natural sound or not. The general rule of thumb would be that the snare would sound as aggressive as the overall song. One of the common approaches is to use a noise gate, EQ, compressor, and reverb in that order. Note that the gate is only needed when there is noise from other instruments in the snare track. If the snare is recorded separately or just really well, the gate would be unnecessary. When equalizing a snare, feel free to cut anything below 80 Hz. The fundamental range of this instrument is around 200 to 250 Hz. Sometimes, frequencies around 700 Hz would need to be cut off, and a slight boost between 7 to 12 kHz would add additional character to the snare. Here is the effect of those changes. Choosing a reverb and deciding how much of it to add depends not only on our preferences, but also of the specific music genre. If a natural sounding snare is common for a particular style, then the reverb should also be realistic. Don't forget to A/B switch between the snare channel and your full mix when tuning a reverb. In this video, we'd like to put some highlights on the compressor, as it is one of the main tools used on snares. That's why we process the same snare in two different ways. The only difference would be the amount of compression. All other plugins and their settings are identical. On the first track, we've applied minimum compression with a slow release time, and on the second, we've done quite the opposite. The snare is heavily compressed with a fast release. Let's also take the time to hear how does the release alone affect the color of the snare. Furthermore, by lowering the dynamic range of the instrument, we're able to push the levels even higher, making it sound even more aggressively. Let's check out the differences between the two tracks, as well as how they sound in the overall mix.